Another night of protests over the shooting death of Dante Wright. The protesters clashing with police as they demand answers after he was killed during a traffic stop on Sunday. By midnight, at least 60 people were arrested as authorities came in full force to clear the area following another curfew. And the officer who shot Dante Wright, Kim Potter, resigned yesterday. So did the Brooklyn Center Police Chief Tim Gannon. He had said that Potter likely meant to use her taser, but pulled out her gun instead. Potter could be charged today. Christiane Cordero is live this morning in Brooklyn Center with the very latest on what happened overnight. Christiane?
Well, Heather, for the third day in a row, it is a quiet morning here in front of the police department. Just the remnants that show really the proof of how things escalated last night, right? The tension as it grew. Hundreds of people gathered right here yesterday at 5 p.m. They marched half a mile south to the FBI building and back. It was scheduled to end at 7. It officially did. That rally ended at 7, but then, of course, that's when things started to escalate. And that crowd, right, some of the things they were cheering for, chanting for rather, were black youth, empowering them. Tension grew, though, just before 9 p.m., still an hour before curfew. Some people tried to knock down a fence near the police department. Law enforcement immediately gave dispersal orders for unlawful assembly. They also say that there were objects thrown at them, things like bottles, cans, bricks. About 10 minutes after those initial calls for people to disperse, officers started arresting people. It amounted to roughly 60 people booked into the Hennepin County Jail over the next hour and a half after that incident. In the middle of it all, a 17-year-old girl named Madeline spoke with our Mike Max near the police station. But first, here's Hennepin County Sheriff Dave Hutchinson on the reason for their quick response.
If we stop the violence before it gets super out of control, it's safer for, again, the community. It's safer for the whole city of Brooklyn Center.
There was people screaming at the police along with me and other people as well, but there were some people hiding behind the apartment buildings back there.
Yesterday, I spoke with somebody who lives in an apartment complex right across the street from the police station, that apartment complex that you just heard from. His name is Gino. He lives on the first floor. He said on night 1, a bunch of the tear gas came into his apartment. That made him cough heavily. He said yesterday that it was 2 nights in a row he had no sleep. I haven't spoken with him yet today, Heather, but I can imagine it was much of the same overnight.
All right, Christiane, thank you. So after getting the situation in Brooklyn Center under control and the crowds cleared out last night, authorities came together to reiterate their main message that they will not tolerate dangerous behavior. They showed a table full of some items that they say people threw at police during the confrontations.
Many of the protesters are demanding action against Kim Potter, the now former Brooklyn Center officer who shot Dante Wright Sunday afternoon. We spoke with an associate law professor at the University of St. Thomas. She explained Minnesota's law called authorized use of deadly force by a peace officer. The legislature changed it after George Floyd's death, and the new version took effect March 1st. She says it eliminates an exception where peace officers were allowed to use deadly force to arrest someone who is fleeing from a felony.
If it's purely an accident and there's no negligence on her part, it's just a horribly tragic death and maybe criminal charges are not appropriate at all. But if there's something she did that made her negligent or even reckless, then he's looking at the possibility of assault charges, manslaughter, or even the most severe charge she could, in theory, face would be a murder charge.
When deciding on charges, Professor Moran says the Washington County attorney will need to assess whether Potter's claim that this was an accident is true. But if he determines what she did was negligent or reckless, Potter could face assault, manslaughter, or even a murder charge.
People in Brooklyn Center are finding ways to help those in their community who need it. A resource center has sprung up around the city's high school, powered completely by donations. Organizers say that they've served 1,000 families in the last 2 days. Dante Wright's memorial site has been helpful too. It's giving people a place to share and grieve together. At a healing event on Tuesday, many people were questioning why Kim Potter was even allowed to resign.
I can't mistake one medication for another, and we all make mistakes. We have accidents, we get that, I sympathize with that, but at the same time you have to, you're playing with somebody's life.
Speakers at the event once again called for greater police accountability. One person suggesting holding everyone on an officer's shift responsible for mistakes. Stay with WCCO on air and online for continuing coverage as we learn more about possible charges today.